Okay, this video is about how to use Google Translate if you go to Europe. Obviously, this is my group of European apps that I use. I'm going to click on Google Translate, and this is the dialog box that opens. Now, the first thing you need to do if you're going to travel to Europe is go up here to the upper left right-hand corner and tap your logo or your name. And then you'll see here where it says Downloaded Languages. Click on Downloaded Languages. And you can download about 30 different languages on Google. These are the languages I've downloaded. But it also says you can tap to download these other ones. So if I want Albanian, for example, I could tap here and would download that language. The reason this is important is because if you're in Europe and you're in a small town, or you're in a big town like Dresden, but down some small alleyway with tall buildings, you may not have Wi-Fi. By downloading languages, if you're talking to someone or looking at a menu, for example, you don't need to be on Wi-Fi. It's already downloaded. So let me show you what that looks like. A couple different ways you can communicate with people. Number one, you could text what you want to say. You can also use this. So I'm choosing English to German. If you tap here in the middle, it'll go German to English. So if you're going back and forth with someone, you can do it that way. I like English to German. English to German. And I'm going to show you how to use conversation mode. So I'm going to click here. Where is the train station?
Wo ist der Bahnhof?
And so you can see it gives it there. So if I go to here and I go here, it is next. Oh.
He's next.
So that's how you use these two different versions. The other thing you can do is go to, go home, and go down here and choose camera. If you choose camera, I use this when I'm going to a restaurant. So I think every restaurant we went to outside had the menu posted. Of course, it's in German. So you take the camera picture, take a picture like that, and take a photo of your menu. Of course, this has no text on, but if there was a menu, it would have translated everything into English. That's important because many times you'll be walking through, especially Germany, we found really cool, eclectic restaurants, wondering what they've got to eat. And rather than go with someplace and not get what you want, you can say, oh, it's Italian, it's German, it's Czech, it's Polish, whatever kind of food you want to try. I want to go back here. So let's say you're in text. You can actually enter text like, where is the house? Where is the house? Oops. Well, I can't type, can I? Where's the house? And there it is. Now, if you're uncomfortable saying, wo ist das Haus? If you tap here.
Wo ist das Haus?
And you could ask directions that way. The other thing I like about this is if you go back to home, and you've got a sentence that you're going to use regularly, you can tap up here, and there's a phrase book. So you can save in phrase book normal things you would use. So instead of having to type them every time, you can whip out Google Translate and hold that up to someone and say, hey, here's my question. So this is really sharp. I really enjoyed this app. I can also, if I choose to, I can actually write. I think it'll try to translate, right? That's what this means. What I prefer, instead of writing with my finger, as you can see, I have big hands, I go here, and now I've got a keyboard I can type. Okay, those are the basics of Google Translate. What I found is anybody under 40 years old is going to speak English. We were in several countries, German, Belgium, several others. And if you walk up to Luxembourg, if you walk up to someone who's young and say, do you speak English? They all say a little bit. And then if you ask your question slowly so they can translate what you're asking, almost everyone is fluent. They say they know a little bit of English, but I found that everyone I met is really fluent in English. It's a big win. I lived in Germany back in the 80s and no one spoke English, so it's a really big win for us. As a matter of fact, I got to the airport and couldn't figure out where I was going to Luxembourg, and asked this gentleman. He said, I speak a little bit. I gave him my question. He said, oh, well, then go downstairs, and was in perfect language. So that's how to do it. Most importantly, go back here is you definitely want to go here, top right-hand corner, and download those languages wherever you're going. As you can see, we're going to a lot of places this summer. You want to download all those languages. And then, of course, if I was going from Germany to Czech, I'd click here, press it, then I could choose another language, and it automatically goes to that other language I want to go to. So if I'm going to France, I will just go to French. And the same thing goes. I think the one big lesson I learned about this app was by using this camera piece, if you were to hold up a menu in front of it, it'll try to translate the menu. It can translate the menu for you, but you're trying to read the menu. So I just take a picture of it, give it 30 seconds, then you have the entire menu transcribed for you in your native language. By the way, in every large town we went to in Belgium, Brussels, etc., in Germany, if you say, do you have an English menu, they almost all do in large towns. Small towns, not so much. We went the whole way out to Bastogne. This is the 80th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge, so we went to Bastogne. By the way, highly recommend it. They've done a phenomenal, respectful job of that museum they have. Really great. But at the end, you can get a meal, and the meal was not in English, only French. So I had to translate that into French. They had German also, but I chose French just to see if it would work. Okay, hope that helps. I'll be coming back next week with how to use Google Maps offline. If you're going overseas, this is absolutely something you want to do. Using Wi-Fi overseas is expensive if you choose turn your phone on. I downloaded an eSIM card called Aereo. I'll do a video on that also, but that was great. So I downloaded Aereo. I downloaded 10 gigs for 60 days. It cost me, I think, $20. I went through about half of it because I had so many things downloaded that I needed. But I could even use Google Phone, Facebook, WhatsApp, etc., talking to my kids and wife over the internet using that SIM card, and it worked perfectly. So I hope this helps, and I will catch you at the next video. Thanks.